Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Cobra Commander TFW, and I'm joined this week by the man that spared no expense. It's Mr. Mikey G. Wolf E3. Hello, Mikey.
Autoerotica?
Autoerotica.
Took me years to get that joke.
Yeah, see, obviously when I saw it as a kid, you wouldn't know. It's just some words a boring adult says, but then you watch it back as an adult and you're like, hang on a tick, what?
What works for me is that Hammond doesn't blink.
No, he just goes, no, you mean animatronics, you fucking retard. Jesus.
These are live animal attractions. And it's just like, we're moving on. Well, he said something. We're moving on.
Moving on!
We're talking about fleas now. Look, Mummy, I can see the fleas. Can't you see the fleas?
You never had control, damn it, Hammond. It's an illusion. I was convinced by the power of this place as well.
But I turned on the fences. Like, literally, the only reason this went wrong is because some dickhead thought he could make money.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way it could actually go wrong, either that or someone to create some sort of, like, super monster that breaks out.
I was
for military purposes, but no one would do that.
I was also thinking, like, when, because I haven't finished rewatching Jurassic Park 1, but I have been rewatching it. I'm like, how is Dennis Nedry going to get away with it? How is he going to get away with it? Because, you know, the fences turn off. He's gone for an hour. That's a long time for him to have just gone to the vending machines. Because that's what his excuse was. He was going to go to the vending machines and buy some crisps because he wanted something savoury. I'd be like, you were gone for an hour, mate? What the fuck were you doing?
And also, was he that negligent that he was just thinking, like, I'll turn off all the electric fences. It'll be fine.
Yeah, no one will figure this out.
Like, in the book, they go like, oh, the animals are been in their paddock for ages. They won't go near their fences. It'll be fine. And they're just like, what's the first thing that happens? It goes up to the fence.
Straight away.
Yeah. And it was like, we realized it was testing the fence. And it was just like, it's the T-Rex. And just like, oh, if that's figured it out, you're all fucked.
They should have had something like a stegosaurus or something just touching it and going, oh. And it's just, oh wow, the dinosaur cow figured it out. If they get it, shit.
And all it's doing is walking into it, backing up and walking into it.
Oh, it's fine, guys. It's fine.
It's fine. And the T-Rex just kicks it over.
And
everyone's like, oh, it's so cute. Oh, Jesus Christ, it ripped off its head.
The one thing I will give Jurassic World is that's more of a formed theme park, because Jurassic Park could never work as a theme park because it's too small. The way that the arrival center works and how you get to the arrival center, it's not big enough for the crowds that Jurassic World had. So were they going to limit it to like 30 people come and then they go after they've had their day and then we get another 30 people in each day? Because that sounds a bit weird.
Well, I know the original idea was that Jurassic Park wasn't close to being opened. Like, they hadn't built half the buildings or something like that. But it's, when you actually think about it, if you look at maps of the park, basically it's all paddocks. The entire island is just paddocks. The thing is, there's no amenities mapped out anywhere. There's like the visitor center, a hotel, and a restaurant.
That's all the humans need.
Yeah, but then like the paddocks are huge. Like, the Rex paddock is miles.
They'd have to be, though, wouldn't they?
They would, but it's also like, well, we want to make sure that everyone gets their that feeling of, like, they're in the wild and everything else, but it's that thing, like, you know why zoos don't have paddocks that are, like, 4 square miles?
You'll never fucking see them.
Yeah. And you know what you're not going to make money on? A T-Rex no one can see.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we've got a goat.
Woo! Love the goat.
Didn't work.
No.
I do kind of enjoy that's become a thing. Like, with Rexy, like, it's always goats. Everything's goats. She doesn't get fed anything else.
Now, but goats and lawyers.
Now, yep, but every movie, there's a goat if she's in it.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Jurassic World as well, right?
Fallen Kingdom as well.
Really? Oh, okay.
There was a goat moment, and this is the one time you see the goat shit itself. Because it's a CGI goat. Because they're not going to kill a real goat.
Yeah.
But it's just like that moment of it's just like, oh, Jesus, why am I here? There will never not be a goat in a movie if that T-Rex keeps showing up. That specific one.
Yeah.
It just refuses to eat anything else. Give me a person and give me goats.
Isn't there like specific zoo psychology which determines how you should build an animal paddock? It needs to be like a certain amount of feet or something versus the size of the creature.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that when I heard it was a documentary on when Disney made the Animal Kingdom. And it told you how they made the Animal Kingdom so it didn't look like as much of a zoo as it is, and how they managed to coerce the animals into going to locations where it's comfortable for them to be. Like the lions set on rocks, but the rocks have like air vents underneath them and can blow hot air and cold air. And I was like, damn, Disney, that's some fucking psychology right there.
The zoo I volunteer at the moment has the same thing. Like, they've got a cave for the lions, and it's just like, all underfloor heating. But the cave is right in front of the viewing window.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's very clever. It's just like Jurassic Park's version. Have a goat.
Yeah, that's all you get.
You get a goat.
One goat, nothing more.
Yep, basically enough to fill you for like 2 hours.
One goat and one Ian Malcolm.
Yep, and you couldn't even finish him.
Wow.
You knocked him into a loo and you had to do it with a lawyer.
Wow. Anyway, Transformers, Mikey. Man, Jurassic Park's a good film, the first one.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird, because again, as I'm watching it, it doesn't feel like movies that are made today.
No, that's the thing I said. Like, everyone's like, oh, well, I mean, it's not Jurassic Park. I'm just like, no, because you couldn't make Jurassic Park today.
No, the way that it's filmed and the way the dialogue's done doesn't feel the same. Like, the helicopter flight where they're talking over each other, I don't think you'd get that in a movie today unless it was an argument scene.
Yeah, but, like, I always think, like, the Marvel movies will not last. They don't have length to them. Maybe Black Panther will last because it's got some cultural significance. But the Marvel movies have a maybe 10-year lifespan each. Because people only go back to watch Iron Man when they're doing a Marvel catch-up.
See, I was going to say, like, I think the first Iron Man would have a long one because it was it was the beginning of an era, as it were.
True, but then people watch it.
I don't know.
And say, it's a good movie, but it's not. It's a lot more flawed than people say.
It's very much of its time.
Yeah, but that kind of thing, like, you watch those movies for nostalgia. You don't watch them because they're timeless.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, Jaws is timeless. Jurassic Park is timeless. Schindler's List in its own way is timeless.
Oh. Yeah.
That red coat. That fucking red coat. But the Marvel movies will have their time, but then the superhero stuff will fall off.
Yeah.
And it'll be something that your parents watch.
Here's the thing, I don't think it will fall off. It will be killed off.
Oh, it'll
That's
be shot
the
in the
difference.
face, but...
Like, we're getting to that point. Star Wars has already hit that point.
Yeah. But Star Wars is crawling along. Just everyone keeps on shooting it into spine, and it's still pulling itself along. It's just like, I can be good.
Is it pulling itself along, or is a man in a Mickey Mouse costume dragging it along?
Just wrapped a rope around Luke Skywalker's crippled body.
Let me die. No.
We're going for a walk, Luke.
It's like,
get in the fucking hole, Luke.
It's not Mickey Mouse. It looks more like is it Bendy from the Ink Machine?
Oh Jesus!
It's the Mickey Mouse version of Bendy.
Oh, we're going to hell.
That makes sense to me. It's weird, strange. Anyway, Transformers, Mikey, another franchise, at least movie-wise, that won't last 10 years.
I don't know. So there was comments. It's not in the news list, but there was a comment made this week that says they're setting up for something.
What you mean with Bumblebee or what?
To do with Bumblebee, but it spun off. They were interviewing the Bonaventura.
Okay.
And he was just saying, like, Bumblebee, yeah, I mean, we'll see how Bumblebee goes. If it's successful, we've got a Bumblebee 2 planned.
Sure, that makes sense.
But what got me is just like, I think what we're going to do, after Bumblebee, is maybe take a break and then do an Optimus Prime movie.
Hey guys, it's Optimus. It's Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime's here, guys. See, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
But you know what that says to me?
What's that?
Crossover movie in 5 years'
man.
time.
Bumblebee,
We're going to have Bumblebee
versus Optimus Prime.
Well, save Megatron! What?
Let them fight. No, Megatron just comes on. Let them fight.
Let them
Them
fight.
fight.
Just like King Kong's in the background. Or Power Rangers crossover. That's what it's gonna be.
There you
like,
go. Oh, yeah,
Optimus
yeah.
versus Megazord. But I can honestly see them do it because he was just talking about like, oh, the difference between making Bumblebee and we realized that the other movies were financially non-viable anymore. And it just says to me, you're going to do the Marvel model, aren't you? You're going to do 4 or 5 movies about individual characters, and then you're going to have your big everyone meets up movie.
That would make sense on the basis that sounds like a lazy Hollywood idea. And that's what it would be. It would be a lazy Hollywood idea, because I would have thought the best thing to do is, if you want to do that, you do a Transformers-only movie set on Cybertron. So you can build the characters without the guff of doing it with live-action humans. You could maybe save money doing it that way as well, because you wouldn't need to hire a high-end actor's face anyway. And you could do as much crazy CGI as you wanted, because it would all be CGI.
But then, Andy, think about this. They can have a crossover movie now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you can have Optimus, Bumblebee, Jazz, Ratchet, and Ironhide, the movie, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right. You'll have your crossover movie, but you'll also have a crossover for all their human partners.
Oh,
Because
God.
each movie will have a new one.
Are you saying
And
the
I get the
Sandwich
feeling-
Wiki movie?
Yeah. And I get the feeling not all of them are going to come from the stable of I nearly won an Oscar for my role in True Grit, as with Bumblebee. And I think, like, maybe in the Optimus Prime movie, it'll just be like, I'm tall and bulky.
You could have the
And
Epps movie, and it's just the taglines for it is just left cheek or right cheek.
Thing is, he'd come back.
He would.
In a heartbeat.
To be fair though, Tyrese Gibson's movie career isn't massive. It seems really situated to the Fast and Furious movies,
Yeah.
where he can, in quotations, no offense to Tyrese,
Yeah.
but that's where Tyrese can act, in quotations. He's not
So-
great.
He's
Less-
fine. I'd like to see him with better material.
Maybe.
But then again, as long as it's not Josh Duhamel again, a man who stopped caring.
Is that because he knew what movie he was in, though?
Oh,
Is that a man who
Megatron.
realized what he
that,
was doing?
that voice haunts my dreams. I've never heard that specific voice before, but it's haunting my dreams. I said barricade. I'm so glad my career has led me down this road.
Are you ladies man 427218 4? I don't know what the number is. I never learned it.
That actually sounds like that should be it. He's saying the line, and Josh Hamill's just like stormed. I didn't learn the fucking number.
I didn't learn. I don't give a shit. I've paid
They're
enough.
not here. It's a ping pong ball.
A green ping pong ball. I feel nothing. I'm dead inside.
And he just walks into the Jurassic Park one and just like, look, they're using robots. They're using robots. You know what we've got? No fucking robots.
Tennis balls.
Ted just starts hurling them at like Chris Pratt.
Tennis balls. Then he starts vomiting while trying to say tennis ball. Tennis ball. Oh no, what's happened to you, Josh?
Mr. Hamill's having one of his moments.
Oh, give him the injection.
Or they're just like, oh, he's being such a diva. Oh, my insides. Oh, have a Snickers, Josh.
And blow dart flies into his neck.
Goes down with a roar.
Take him back to the actor's cage. Transformers news, though. We do have it this week.
Yes.
And we're going to kick off straight away, eventually, with some third-party stuff. Perfect Effect Mikey, they do upgrade kits, don't they?
They do.
We talked about the prototype images for these, at least for this one specifically, a while back. I'm sure we did anyway. And now we've got some coloured images of the powered up, or the upgrade kit, I should say, for Power of the Primes, Abominus. It's going to be on pre-order soon. I don't know if it's up now. It's going to be slated for release summertime, so again, pretty soon for the pre-order and pretty soon for the release. It's going to be $35.99, so $36 effectively. You get some feet, you get some handsies, and you get some big guns for him to hold with his handsies. I will say, I think the hands look bigger and chunkier and a bit more oomph to them than the ones that they released originally for the other ones, which were much more skeletal, which I know a lot of people had issue with.
I was actually going to ask, are these new molds or not? Because I know the feet aren't, but...
Yeah, the feet... No, the feet are.
Are they?
Yeah, slightly.
All right.
They're slightly. I think
Slightly.
I'm pretty sure they still turn into Gatling guns or some kind. Maybe they don't turn into Gatling guns. Maybe they turn into bazooka guns. But yeah, they are slightly different. But the general way that they work is the same. I don't know if the hands also turn into guns or if they're just more posable. I can't tell you that. It doesn't show you from the images or anything. Nothing here anyway. Maybe somewhere deeper down in the info. But yeah, Mikey, what do you think of this upgrade kit? Because you were never as big of a supporter of the Perfect Effect upgrade stuff as I was.
I never felt it did enough, these particular ones, to warrant the price. Because, they do tend to be a bit overpriced. I will say, in this case, it is a blessing to have fists the same color on Abominus. Yeah. I find those multicolored fists so distracting.
It's a weird choice.
It's a very weird choice. It is like, oh, look, they need to be the same color as the robot. Why? They're not in the Dinobots.
No.
They're just, why do you need them to be them on Abominus?
And they're not
so they
on
blend
the
in.
animation model, which makes no sense.
It's so they blend in when we make them power armor.
What?
So they can be so you want them to blend in when they're a giant hand sticking on his chest. Yep.
The mode which no one will use. Probably.
Because it's a tacked on thing, and Power of the Primes is kind of a hodgepodge of, oh god, get an idea out there.
See, I wouldn't even say that they wouldn't use it because it's just a tacked on thing, which it is. I would say the reason they wouldn't use it is because it doesn't look cool. Like,
no, it doesn't.
Especially for a kid. If I was, when I was a kid, if I saw that, I don't think I would do it because I don't think it looks cool. Like, if it was something that turned into, like, Action Masters, I think, had a cooler plug this thing onto the thing. You got a little vehicle, you plugged it on, and it flipped up a little helmet onto them, giving them a slightly different look. Was it dumb? Yeah. But I think it was a lot better of a more well-implemented idea than the weird papoose that holds a Titan, a Prime Master, when she kind of just goes...
The most important thing is Screaming Nightbeat.
Yeah. Yeah, but can you have the Screaming Nightbeat as the...
Yeah.
You can? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course you could. Yeah. Oh, well, that'd be alright.
So the important thing is that all of these toys can have a Screaming Nightbeat in the middle of it. Just...
Wonder if you could make an interesting robot mode out of that, removing the actual robot head and using the face of a Titan Master inside the chest piece and kind of making a robot around that.
Again, the problem is there's a big papoose in it.
Yeah.
So it just kind of looks like someone's been beheaded and their head has been shoved into their chest.
They're just really hench. They've got some really big shoulders. They worked on nothing but shoulders.
Above their ears.
Yep. That's how hard they worked at the gym for it. They just kept growing above them.
You forgot like that.
You forgot every other day to smooth out your torso, son. What happened? Me personally, I think this looks fine. Again, it helps with proportions. I like the feet a lot better. I always have. Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm going to be buying Abominus because I wasn't too impressed with Hungar when I had a toy with him at Dave's house. Though I did really like Rippersnapper. Rippersnapper was a really solid toy. Here's the thing I came to a slight realization of. I don't care that much over this week. I don't care that much about Power of the Primes, and I think the reason is when the Legends line died, a lot of my interest in the current toys died along with it. Sadly enough,
yeah.
Because I felt I think it's because I had such an attachment with what Japan was doing with these figures and giving it the extra hoo-ah mile for the most part.
And now their box sets are literally, we've taken boxes, put them in a bigger box, and look, it's a box.
Yeah, they've done nothing to it. I don't know whose decision it was, but...
I don't, that was something else, I'll be honest, when you realize, what's the Dinobot box set? We're not even repackaging toys.
Yeah.
We're just shoving box toys into a box and putting a sticker on it.
Yeah, I thought that was a bummer, so it almost feels like if I want to get these molds, I have to get the less cool version. Because I'm not saying it would be the case, but from everything I've seen from the Unite Warriors line, every version of their figures I preferred over the Hasbro version.
Pretty much.
So I don't know if I would. I might. This might already be the stopping point for me getting current figures, apart from ones like the Prime Masters. Because they're cheap and I have an affinity for them. And I might get Dreadwind and I might get Darkwing as well, just because they are Master Force-y. And
Yeah.
then that might be it. I don't know. We'll have to see. If I could get them on like super discount, maybe that would be the only way. But the way that these things are being distributed at the moment is a bit on the nightmarish side, it seems. As most people still in the US don't even have Wave 2 yet.
Oh my god, it's
ridiculous.
Hasbro actually like tweeted a semi, hey, we know that you can't find them. Don't worry, you will be able to. We promise.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not. I mean, the line's almost over because it's clearly it's either a massively truncated line or one where they literally are just using it to fill in things while they were developing War for Cybertron.
It feels more like that, and it doesn't even feel like the problem is because Toys R Us died. Because these figures still should be able to get out to other stores. To me, it feels more like you say, it's a secondary thought, just kind of filler line, shove it all out, hope for the best kind of thing.
The fact that the only toys with a unique gimmick are the leaders.
Yeah.
Like every other gimmick is a derivative of a previous gimmick from the last few lines.
With a tag on.
Every other one. Yeah. With a papoose hand.
Yep.
And it's just like, oh no.
It's weird. It's weird. Anyway, do you want to take us on, Mr. Mikey, to the next bit of news?
Yeah, so third-party company Magic Square Toys have announced their MS-01 MP scale G1 cartoon accurate Optimus Prime prototype over on Weibo. Previously known for some Legends releases, but this is their sort of big upscaling. This is it has to be said, a pretty on-model, as much as you can be on-model to the G1 cartoon. Optimus Prime in scale with MP36 Megatron. He has a little tiny door that Tiny Spike can open. I don't know if Tiny Spike can climb inside, but those are not translucent windows, so I wouldn't put your money on it.
No.
Overall, I think this thing looks pretty good. Maybe a little squat. I don't know, but that could just be like, hey, that's what the cartoon was. It's just incredibly badly timed.
Yeah.
Because this thing, I will say though, this toy is not without a market, because I guarantee you it's going to be cheaper than the actual official MP Optimus Prime version 3.
There's a potential, sure.
Because as long as it's under 150, it probably will be. Like, these toys are getting ridiculously priced. Like people are going like, oh, it's an unexpected move to announce this. They announced this because they had to.
Yeah, you feel like the hand was being forced effectively.
Because if they can't, there's no point. Hasbro might come down on them otherwise, and even if Hasbro didn't come down on them, like, new Masterpiece Optimus Prime figure is going to draw more attention than another third-party Optimus Prime figure.
Yeah.
So they need to get going quick, get that attention now. Probably try to release this fella as fast as possible.
Maybe you shouldn't do Masterpiece scale toys.
No, and it's fine. That's not a market that's being completely crushed.
By everyone, including Hasbro. Well, it's not Hasbro's fault. They're doing what they think they should.
Hasbro are doing masterpieces. At least that's like that. They're doing a line called Masterpiece, specifically Masterpiece. I can't blame them for that.
No,
I can blame people who have other options.
I can blame Hasbro for doing another Optimus Prime, but we talked about that last week. So why it kind of makes sense, even though it's maybe not the best choice, at least from our perspective.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just maybe take a hint. Do other characters. Do original designs. Go back to the beginning. Yeah. There. Anyway, I mean, do you have a thought on this guy?
It's sure a third-party Masterpiece style Optimus Prime scale that looks like the G1 animation version. It sure is another one. Why Magic Square couldn't stick with the Legend scale stuff, I don't know. Why they couldn't do anyone else, even if it had to be Masterpiece scale. I'd still complain if it was Masterpiece scale, because it's such a saturated third-party market at this point. But at least if they did someone out of the ordinary, that would be something. Like do flywheels. Masterpiece flywheels. Let's see how they do that. What's his name? The guy that turns into the bomb from Lost Light.
Fulcrum?
That's him. Do him. No one's done him yet.
Masterpiece Fulcrum. If that was the first one of the scavengers to have a Masterpiece toy, that would be amazing.
Wouldn't it? No one would see that coming and be like, shit, I need to buy it.
half the people would be amazed and half of them would be raging. It would be great.
Yeah, a lot of people would be like, "Really? What Mastermind Creations hasn't gotten to this yet?" It's like, no, we're getting there before Mastermind Creations.
Yeah, and their masterpiece scale, which is better. What does he turn into? A
a
bomb.
bomb, just a bomb.
He's just he's got loads of kibble, but part of the transformation is you just literally take it off.
Yeah, he's a parts former. You just unplug the parts.
I like it.
The most he transforms is you just kind of fold him into a square and then put the bits around him.
You fold out his chin.
That'd be neat. Oh, but you could move up and down his goggles.
Oh, yes.
That would have to be a thing. There you go.
Yep.
Sorry, Magic Square. Our idea's better.
Yep.
Just saying. Shall I take us on, Mikey?
Yep.
Fiendish Dr. Wu. Not the Dr. Wu from Jurassic Park, though. Or Jurassic
Bet you didn't know watching Jurassic Park didn't think he was going to be fiendish, did you?
No, he seemed like an okay guy.
Well, he's not. He's a dick.
He's a treacherous little boy. Treacherous little
He's
man. Is he in much of the Fallen Kingdom?
He's pretty significant.
Okay, weird. What it's
He has a
so
better
strange.
plan. Like the whole raptor capture thing, capturing Blue,
Mhm.
made no sense in the trailers to me. Makes more sense in the movie.
Okay.
Because in the trailers, it's like, we need Blue for her genetic information so we can create the Indoraptor. And it's like, but you must have raptor DNA. You must have some somewhere. How could you not?
Lost it.
Well, we were delivering it. Someone tripped. They spilled it everywhere.
Someone was putting marmalade on their toast and made a mistake and used a velociraptor embryo instead.
So now we're literally at every sample of raptor DNA we've got to go shoot this one.
The Dennis Nedry's brother, Gary Nedry. Played by
Gary
Danny DeVito.
Oh my god. No, he's playing
You
by
got
Wayne
any
Knight now.
marmalade?
He's playing by Wayne Knight now, who's lost all that weight.
Has he? Hang on. Dennis Nedry has lost a load of weight.
Oh yeah, he's quite a bit skinnier these days than he used to be.
I don't think I want to see that.
So now it's Wayne Knight today. And he's just like, yeah, I'm totally my brother Gary.
I see. I was hoping that would be his name, Wayne Knight today.
Yep.
And what he used to be called was Wayne Knight yesterday, when he was fit. Oh, good for him.
Wayne Knight, still not the smallest man in the world, but, will live longer.
That's good. He seems like a nice guy. I don't know him personally.
Yeah.
If he listens to the show, contact us.
He was in Third Rock.
He was. Sally. Sally. Oh, Don. I liked him in that. He's a fun guy. Yes, Fiendish Dr. Wu are doing the DW-M13 gun. Guess what that is? It's not a gun. It is. I'm lying to you. The DW-M14 hooks and the DW-M15 battle axe, which are all weapon upgrades for the Studio Series Optimus Prime. So, do you want hooks, Mikey? Do you want some battle axe, or do you want a goon?
If I had Blackout, I'd have the hook.
Nah, Grindor. Different guy.
So,
completely different.
Yeah.
He was grey, while Grindor was bluish grey.
Yeah, but what we can do is get Shapeways to do an exploded head.
I pull apart my face.
Yep.
That sounds nightmarish.
Yep, but it's also... I have to say, my first takeaway from this is, oh, Dr. Wu's back. Second takeaway, I'm sorry, they're individual things.
Yeah. Maybe this is to keep the prices down?
Or up.
Maybe.
Da, da, da.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you only want to display them with one thing, then maybe this is a better... Like, it depends how cheaper this is. Like, if each of these are like $15 or something like that, then it's a bit silly. Because I bet they could have put them all together, and if they'd all been put together, they would have been $30.
The question is, Andy, which one would you buy?
None, because I wouldn't buy this figure.
But apparently it's good. But you have to pick one.
Okay, hooks.
Yes, but what I like is that every one of these weapons can at some point represent a moment where he murdered someone.
Oh God,
Like,
yeah.
Not killed, murdered.
Oh yeah, no mercy.
Yep.
What was the battle axe based on? Because it doesn't look like one he used in the movie.
He did. It's the one he used to implant in Megatron's head.
Is that the design?
Yeah.
Huh.
And also, it was also A similar one was in the start of the movie where he was literally just hurling weapons to the ground while fighting Shark. Like, he had the big ring full of weapons and he literally just started leaving them everywhere.
I could believe that, but because I haven't seen Dark of the Moon in such a long time, that seems plausible that it could have been in there.
Yeah, but like that's the accent. We're just like, where would you be without me? Let's find out.
Let's find out. Oh, God.
I didn't like how you said that, Prime.
And the children start crying. Why is my hero a monster?
Still can't decide if the lines in that movie are better, like are more responses to actual lines than in the other movies.
What do you mean?
Because, well, like what like okay, they don't talk. Megatron talks a lot in the first movie.
Yeah.
95% of that is literally to nothing.
Oh, you mean he's just talking to himself, don't you?
Yeah, but then like he has one line with Jazz where he's like, "You want a piece of me? No, I want two." Okay. So that there's a beginning, middle, end to that conversation.
Sure.
His whole thing with Optimus Prime, the two of them are clearly having a different conversation. They're just like, humans don't deserve to live. They deserve the right to choose for themselves. What are they choosing? Whether to live or not, then you shall die with them.
Maybe what it was it was Hugo Weaving just phone calling Michael Bay, and they used clippets of that. And they went, "Okay, Peter, we need to work around this. Can you do something?" And I went, "I've got this. Don't worry. We can make a script with this. I can prime it up."
What? But Peter was drinking that day or something.
Yeah, maybe.
But I like it's the same in Revenge of the Fallen during the forest fight.
Mm-hmm.
There's very few lines that are actual. Again, what's one human life? You'll never stop at one. What?
Oh yeah, that's Prime, isn't it? He says.
Yeah.
That.
So if he was going to kill one,
He'd let him
is
do
that
it.
okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Depends who.
I feel just like, I will stop at one. Oh, Sam.
Oh, fuck it, yeah, kill that kid. Fuck
Kill
that
him.
guy.
All he does is scream.
I'll even give you his parents as a bonus.
Oh my god! Do you know the actor self-harms?
What?
For acting? You remember because he scarred himself for that one movie.
Who's that?
Shia LaBeouf.
Hang on, what? Is this an arty thing that he's doing? Because he did a lot of arty things.
He did a war movie a few years back.
Okay.
And you know how you can get makeup to give yourself scars?
Right.
He got something sharp.
Oh, that sounds weird.
And
that
has
sounds...
permanent scars.
Is
which I believe are made up, makeup covers up sometimes.
Again, that sounds... I don't know, because I don't know Shia LaBeouf, but that sounds like
Jared Leto.
Yeah, that sounds like he's being, again, weird and arty, because he thinks he's weird and art. He's weird, and I suppose he's modern arty, but no.
Again, Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Who's getting his own Joker movie?
Yay.
Because if there's one thing people demanded from Suicide Squad, it was more Joker. More that Joker specifically.
I'm looking at the computer screen, Mikey, and I'm thinking to myself, I know 3 people that said that.
Yeah, that's because 3 people represent what's wrong with the world.
And they're my friends.
Yeah, but your friends also like Chun-Li.
Yes.
The Chun-Li movie.
Yes, they do. Unironically.
Unironically. They think it's good.
Unironically. That's the worst.
Like, it's one thing to say you like, of course, and for me it was Tuesday. It's another thing just to say, I like the Chun-Li movie. Like, there are Street Fighter movies you can like, but that's not one of them.
That's specifically, no. Get out!
Get out?
Anyway, Mr. Mikey, do you want to move us on?
Yeah.
Move us on.
Bit of a surprising one here, actually.
Yes.
Hasbro sent out a call this year for the Transformers Hall of Fame nominations. So, this is going on at several websites, but its favorite Transformers character, fictional, and favorite Hasbro toy of the year, fictional robot.
Where was round 1? Because this says it's round 2.
I saw it briefly, but it was like for a couple of days.
Huh.
So the top 3 of each thread will be submitted to Hasbro on behalf of the TFW community. This is going on several websites. Currently, the guys in the running are, if I just open up the things, so currently on TFW, view results, Black Arachnia has 25.8% of the vote. Blaster has 10.8, Cyclonus 13.8, Scourge RID 8.3, Skybite 8.8, Springer 14.1, and Unicron 18.5. So, looks like Black Arachnia, Unicron, and Springer will be the TFW submissions.
Okay.
For best character, and for best toy, we are looking at Power of the Primes Battle Trap. That's 2 toys. It doesn't count. 37% of the vote.
Wow.
Again, 2 toys. Doesn't count. Power of the Primes Optimus Prime. 20.7% of the vote. Power of the Primes Rodimus Unicronus.
No.
5.4%.
Oh well.
Why is this in here?
Yeah, why is it even on the board?
Studio Series Blackout, 22.6%. Studio Series Grimlock, 9.1%. Studio Series Starscream, 5.2%. I hear great things about that Starscream.
Yeah.
And it's being beaten by Rodimus.
Hmm.
But it looks like the options here will be Battletrap, Optimus, and Blackout. Now, do you know why I find this weird?
Go on.
The Hall of Fame, traditionally, has happened at conventions. There is the Hall of Fame dinner, maybe a couple of guests comes in, and we have the big reveal and everything else.
Yes.
Do you know what isn't on this year?
The entire HasCon, BotCon malarkey.
Yes.
Oh,
There is no official convention.
if you're gonna say where is this gonna take place, I think I know where it will take place.
Where will it take place then?
San Diego Comic-Con, one would assume.
Maybe.
I mean, where else is there to put it on apart from like one of the conventions like TF Nation or TFCon?
That would be amazing if Hasbro just comes in. Like, this is the first time we acknowledge you exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? We need somewhere to host our shit.
Yeah. That's why I have to assume it's San Diego, where they'll announce new toys and they'll be like, "Oh, hey everybody, I know you, the general audience, probably don't give a shit about this, but he's the thing."
Yeah.
Woo.
Buy our Predator King.
Yeah.
Do you have a character to vote for?
No, I'm the Hall of Fame. You know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Like with real people, it would matter, but with fictional characters, it doesn't matter. They don't care. They're not real.
And it's like, what is the vote based on? Literally the flavor of the month.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Battletrap.
Yeah. Because at the moment, he's hot shit.
Yeah, it's not like he's the best toy of 2018.
No. He's good, and like he's. You know how you say he doesn't count because he's 2 toys. I would kind of say he can because that's his entire gimmick. That's his main thing. But he kind of shouldn't count at the same time because that's his main thing. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really fussed because who gives a shit? I'm more interested in like who the real people are who would go into this thing.
If there are any. Although, I suppose these
One
days
would
Hasbro
hope.
just does that themselves, don't they?
Yeah.
When they have to do it, they have to arrange with someone see if they'll show up, and you can't really do that with a fan vote.
Yeah.
It's like, we're picking 6 different people. Hopefully one of them will show up, and we'll say he won.
Woo!
Or she won.
Or she, yeah.
Or they.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a colourful and spectrumous world.
Yep. Pronouns.
Don't care. Nouns. I'm neither pro nor against nouns.
Oh, man. Shall we move on then, Mikey? Because I don't think there's anything left to mind there.
Please, I'm literally stalling for time.
We have a dumb little advert from Blizz and Pap Soda, featuring the evergreen Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Windblade. Did you watch this advert, Mr. Mikey?
I did.
What did you think of it?
It's okay. It's better than the last few, like, Hasbro toy ads.
I thought it was weird that this was for a drink.
Yeah, that was weird, especially with that little mascot.
Oh, the mascot's nightmarish.
Like, he's from an 80s horror movie.
Yeah, like he would have been a flesh-coloured puppet, and that design, it would have been a Gremlins knockoff, like Critters, or a Critters knockoff, one of the two.
Yep.
I don't like any of those mascots. They're all scary, all of them. Yeah, a lot of effort put in for drinks, which seems weird. I would have thought this would have been the effort you'd put into, I don't know, maybe this sounds crazy, a toy commercial or something.
Like, whatever, like, promo codes but under bottle caps. For what? Okay, so giving away 62 Transformers toys, 2 PlayStation 4s, and drinks.
Drink!
3 months worth of soda.
Oh my god. You want to put some weight on, there you go. Soda. Yeah. But yeah, the CG models are fine. I see that the Windblade design was, at least facially, a lot more Generation Z's?
Yeah.
Not even Titan's Return, unfortunately.
What we've seen of the Evergreen is, look, they might be going down that route anyway with her face.
That's not the way you should be going, I would argue.
No, because it's like the anti-Windblade these days.
Yeah. What did you think, Mikey? Did you enjoy this?
I mean, it's fine. It's harmless. I like how the mother doesn't get to play until there's a girl's toy. I want to play too. No.
Go back in the kitchen and get us drinks, Mom.
Also, is that the first time we've seen the Evergreen Windblade toy?
No, that was Titan's Return Windblade.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I thought it was... I was like... Because I was thinking, like, was that a toy reveal?
No, she didn't even get a toy reveal. It's just like you used the one from the old line.
But
not even Power of the Prime's Windblade or like Moonrace or anything, but you use Windblade from the toy that's been out and maybe not in stores anymore.
You know what? Something this does make me think. On TFW they were saying who are the main Autobots and Decepticons these days.
Yeah.
And like they were saying, Autobots, Optimus, Bumblebee, and Grimlock.
Yeah.
For the top three.
And Windblade.
I would put Windblade ahead of Grimlock these days.
Yeah, I could see that. She's the token girl character, so it makes sense.
Grimlock. She's in terms of years of marketing, she's had more because.
Grimlock
started getting marketing in 2014. She came in 2013.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But I think the thing is that just a lot of older fans pretend she doesn't exist because there's a very weird relationship between some fans and Windblade.
There is indeed. Then Mikey, you may as well take us on to some much more substantial, interesting news.
Yeah, this has been rumored for a while, but I must have missed it.
I think we've probably talked about the rumor before. I'm sure.
So, as we know, Amazon are doing several Transformer toys exclusively. They've got Repugnus coming. They've got Blast Off. They're probably going to have Wreck-Gar and Nemesis Prime.
When is that Blast Off coming out? Do we know?
No, we haven't technically seen it physically yet.
Oh yeah, the purple pen marks, of course. My apologies.
Yes, so we know he's coming with a Prime Master, and that's it.
That's right, and we still have no idea what's happening with it. Are we assuming that it'll probably be an online exclusive since Toys R Us is dead? I'm assuming so.
To be fair, I think that's what's happening here.
Yeah.
A lot of Toys R Us exclusives are being shunted over to Amazon.
Yeah.
But they've updated their listings with Punch Counterpunch. So this is confirmation that this is going to be, a deluxe release of Punch Counterpunch, which has shocked several people. So the actual information we've got is this is Special Edition Transformers Generations Power of the Primes. Deluxe Class Punch Counterpunch figure converts from Autobot, Decepticon, and Sports Car modes.
Alright.
Does that mean he's going to have 2 car modes?
I guess it depends who he is, right? Are they doing Punch and then they're doing another figure as Counterpunch?
Apparently, it's like Punch Counterpunch is designed to reflect the G1 release with 2 distinct robot modes and features premium details. So,
oh well.
Is this a new mold?
No, I doubt it's a new mold.
Is it going to be like a Titan Master and you just like turn it round or something?
Oh no.
Or you just swap Titan Masters and now he's Counterpunch.
That would make sense, just replacing the head.
Which I get, but it's also they're very different looking in terms of color placement. So, but I don't know, maybe this is I don't know. A lot of people are saying, we're told this figure will be a fateful reflection, which together with the number of steps required, they give steps required to transform and suggest a new mold. Includes Prima as a Prime Master and comes in extra special edition packaging. A Deluxe Class Counterpunch, Special Edition Prima, 2 accessories and instructions that no one can read. Is there anything here about steps? Celebrate the Prime Force trilogy with blah blah blah, and a vehicle mode. Okay, so he doesn't have 2 car modes. Autobot Double Agent, 13 to 18 steps to go from robot to car, and 9 to Autobot and Decepticon. Okay, that is kind of sounding like something new, because I can't think of a Titan's Return toy that you could pull that off on.
No, me neither.
Because the last time we had something like this, it was using the Sideswipe Sunstreaker mold.
Yeah, and that did some fancy magic at least, so maybe this will do the same?
Yeah, but even that fancy magic was only like 4 or 5 steps?
Yeah.
I'm very curious about this. But yeah, Prime Master included. Yay, Prima.
Woo!
He did. They all did.
Spoilers.
I'm very curious about this because I am very much on the bandwagon of why have they never done anything with Punch Counterpunch in anything.
Yeah,
Like IDW reboot, he should be one of your main characters.
you'd think so.
But I mean, what's your thoughts?
I'm interested to see what he looks like, and I know a lot of people will be pumped because a lot of people like Punch Counterpunch. I hope he turns out well, at the very least.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
Here. In that case, Andy, take us on to... You can do the last 3 stories or nothing big, so...
Yeah, I can smack them all out. We got Power of the Primes Deluxe Wave 2 theoretically released in the UK. Some people have been finding Starscream and... not Starscream. What's her name? Elita 1. Elita 1 and Hunger at the Smith stores, which are about £23.99, I assume. Which isn't too bad, I guess. Or that's $31.86. I don't know if that's comparable to America. It's probably not.
Nah. No, it's not. No. The $23.99 is more comparable.
Of course it is.
I actually checked Smiths and they are not listing it here anyway.
Oh, well, why would they? You use euros, and thus they're lesser than us or something. Is maybe
but they are listing Funko Pop's Broken Sexy Malcolm.
Because they know you're there.
Oh, can I say just fuck Jai and fuck Chris Sabat for that bloody thing? And just like, what if we put a Vegeta head on it? Leave me alone.
They know what you want.
I don't want it.
The other little bit of release news is Power of the Primes Deluxe Wave 2 has also been cited at Smith stores. And that wave is Snarl, Sludge, Moonracer, Ripper Snapper, and Blackwing. So, I know Mr. Colin Duff, I think, found Moonracer. I don't know if he found the rest of them, but it seems like they're popping up in places as well. I think Studio Series are popping up as on top of that, but they are, their usual listed price. So, are you going to be keeping your eye open for any of these, Mr. Mikey?
I need to get the Dinobots because at the moment I'm 2 Dinobots short and Flash, but I'm never finding her locally. I'd like to get Moonracer at some point. Well, see, Blackwing's the boring one of the Darkwing is boring compared to Dreadwind.
Boo!
Like he is more boring than Dreadwind.
Boo!
And I'm just saying he is.
Boo!
Ripper Snapper maybe.
He's the Anarchy though.
Yeah.
He's the Anarchy though, Mikey.
Yeah, I don't care. He ain't the Aibo.
Oh. He ain't my Aibo.
Yeah. I'd say Dreadwind would be the Anarchy. Because I've always felt like Darkwing just follows Dreadwind's lead.
No, that's the other way around.
Who knows?
'Cause
they've had like 5 character pieces and one of them Dreadwind got eaten.
Because I'm thinking of Master Force.
Oh, well, yeah, well, that's a different thing.
I'm
That's
thinking of the
That's-
only version that ever fucking mattered.
I'm thinking of 2 characters you're never getting in toy form.
Which version are you thinking of?
I'm thinking of the ones we've got.
Oh, right.
Because I don't want to delude myself into thinking we're ever getting Hydra and Buster.
No. But to be fair,
We're
these are
not.
the colours that they were in.
Fuck them. No, they're not.
They are.
They're not.
They are.
They're different cut. They were repainted in Japan.
Only for a few episodes.
They were still there. Where's my red chest on Dreadwind? Where is it?
It's in Japan, maybe. Oh no, it's the other
No,
way
it ain't.
around. They used the Western colours for 5 episodes or however long. Then they switched to the Japanese colours.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah. So, lie to yourself.
I did. It's good enough. They'll have to stand with Overlord. That's why I'll pick them up. And the last bit of news we got is Aaron Archer will be heading over to TFCon Toronto 2018. So not only will he be coming to TF Nation, but he'll be going over to TFCon as well. So if you are in the Canadian area, you can go say hi to him and tell him that Moonbase 2 is coming.
Hang on. If you're in the Canadian area...
You heard, Canadian area. It's a small
Did you
place.
know Canada's a country?
It's a small place. Most of it's full of, like, snow and shit. I was going to say mooses, but I was like, I'm not going to go down that route.
Moose.
Yes, it's just delicious mooses in little ceramic cups.
And bears.
Angry bears eating mooses.
And peoples.
And peoples, yeah.
They're eating people.
Yeah, I'm sure bears don't discriminate whether you're a moose or a person. They get you, they'll kill you.
This one bear just like, oh no, this won't do.
I'll have my 9 vegetable winter stew, thank you. That's all of our news, Mr. Mikey, for this week in the world of the Transformers. So, what have you been up to, sir? What have you been doing this week? You done some fun stuff?
Not terribly a lot, to be completely honest. Had some stuff on during the week, so I just didn't have a lot of time for it. Build hasn't aired yet, or at least hasn't been subbed yet. My Dragon Show, couldn't find a sub of that.
I hope it's called that. Mikey's Dragon Show.
Mikey's Dragon Show. I'm a couple of episodes behind on Persona. Caught Hero Academia today.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best episode of the series.
All right. Didn't you say that last week?
Yeah, but this is better.
Oh, okay.
Better episode. All about All Might, like completely focused on All Might.
Ooh.
But it doesn't really save the series.
Oh.
It's like, wow, this is really good. The rest of the series wasn't brilliant, but this is really good.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like, I see where you were going and what you're doing, but I think if people go on about this arc being one of the best ones, I think it's just because of this bit.
Right.
I think a lot of this arc is forgettable until you hit this bit.
Okay. Maybe it's different in the manga.
Maybe, but that's my takeaway from it. It's just like, this is a fairly forgettable story arc that had a good ending. But yeah, I mean, it's a big, important ending as well. But it also introduced a character who, or at least gave you the first look at a character who was super big in the mythos, so it certainly felt it, and dealt with them very quickly. Don't know. But yeah, like if you like All Might, it's great, and I like All Might, and also he has used his best attack.
Woo!
None of this Denver Smash or anything like that. It's United States of Smash, which said in a really loud, screaming Japanese voice.
Nice.
So yeah, Dragon Show didn't get subbed, although I just realized that the seemingly innocent old lady who's becoming increasingly sinister is being voiced by Raggio.
Oh, really? Okay.
So it's just like, and now I'm uncomfortable.
There's no bathtub, Mikey.
Do we know that?
I
Because there's a
know.
pool.
You've got the episode. You've seen it.
There's a pool.
It's just cleaning, Mikey. It's just cleaning.
I wouldn't need it to be that clean. There's a game coming of that.
I know. It's done by Arc Systems, or being done by Arc Systems, so it's going to be
It'll
probably
never get
good.
released.
I don't know. I don't know if Arc Systems don't release in other countries. Most of their games, as far as I'm aware, do get other releases, like
I'm just
Guilty Gear and all that bobbins.
true.
So
I'm just trying to think how they're going to structure it, because I don't think there's enough characters for a beat 'em up.
that's the thing. And it looked like a 3D area rather than what Arc Systems usually do, which are 2D fighters. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going
As
to work.
long as it's not structured like that Attack on Titan game.
Yeah, I don't think that was
Which
Arc
got-
Systems though, was it?
Oh no, it wasn't. I'm just looking at the nearest anime game I can think of.
Yeah.
Which got a sequel somehow that decided like, no, you are no longer playing the main character. You're playing an original character who's watching the main character do shit.
Oh, good.
Oh dear. Like I played a little bit of that game and it was just like, okay, I get this bit is cool. Oh my god, the combat.
Yeah, I
Oh.
imagine it's who did that? Was it Koei Tecmo?
Not sure, to be honest.
I don't think it was one of the big heavy hitters.
I mean, it doesn't help that as I'm playing it, I'm just like, I hate this. I hate it.
Why
boring.
were you playing it? Because you don't like Attack on Titan in general?
No, but I like games where you can play as giant monsters.
Okay.
And you briefly play as the Titan, and the Titan's fights are terrible.
Oh, good.
Oh, really bad controls.
Hmm.
I caught Darling in the Franxx like half an hour before we started.
Okay, yeah, I saw that today.
Managed to get in. I think this arc would have been stronger, or this little mini arc would have been stronger if we didn't have the 2 specials and just had 2 more episodes to the show.
Okay.
I think it was not. I still enjoy it, but I would say it's not necessarily a weak storytelling thing. It feels like you're introducing something and then setting it up for the end of the show that really should have been introduced midway through the series. But like to be honest, if it's done and dusted now and we never see that again, I'm just like, okay, if I'm rewatching, I'll just kind of skim through these episodes because I'm going to get back to the good shit. But not the strongest thing, but I don't go so far as the jumping the shark thing that's been going around.
I think it jumped the shark hard. I said this
I
last
like
week.
I like the pictures.
The
I enjoy the
pictures.
pictures of, like, people have been doing of 02 jumping space sharks. But...
I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, they're fun. It's Oops, my phone fell. But yeah, that's Darling in the Franxx. Anything else? Didn't see any movies this week. I've been watching a playthrough of Jurassic World Evolution.
Oh yeah, how's that? It seems like it's an okay but not incredibly competent game or something.
The building system is very solid, and like the park management bits are pretty good. Where it falls apart is that they clearly had to kind of like the dinosaur stuff feels like it was done at the end.
Oh, weird. I would have thought that would be the thing you'd do first.
Well, it's like all the big carnivores, their animations are largely based on the T-Rex, and so that means all the kill animations are the same. The fighting stances thing is like, okay, I get it, but on the other hand, they're all doing the exact same stance.
Yeah.
Again, with the big carnivores, the big herbivores. Like there's this weird thing where like the big predators won't kill like Apatosaurus or Diplodocus or the long necks, except Indominus that can kill anything.
Of course.
Yeah, but it's like you see the T-Rex next to something and it's like it's bigger, and it's just like staring at it, just like, I'm not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Never kill you. You're my friend.
I'm not programmed to do that.
Yeah, and we were really promised advanced behavior stuff. Like you'd have dinosaurs working into like an alpha position, or like you'd see pack hunting or something like that, and you don't. It's fairly basic in terms of animal behavior, and it's following up on Operation Genesis, which was PlayStation 2, and had better animal behavior.
Oh no!
Like at least like you could get like the herbivores would interact a bit more, and like they'd have fights to see who was the boss.
Yeah,
and like it's simple ass behavior, and I was kind of like, okay, you just have to beat this. I'm just like, okay, but you're very pretty. It's a very pretty game. So I think if you're into park management games, it looks like it would be really fun. It's just for me, I was like, okay, that's cool, but I also want you to get this bit of it right.
Yeah, you wanted more from it because it was a Jurassic Park game.
Yeah, or like the herbivores don't eat from grass or trees.
What they eat from?
Like they have eating animations, but they just eat. It's just animations. It doesn't change their hunger. They have to eat from feeding stations.
What?
So if you want to do like an Isla Sorna Site B kind of thing, you can't.
Right.
Because you have to basically have feeding stations scattered across your island and then have cars to fix everything. So you don't get to do a wild island like you could do in older games.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I think of the game, it's probably a 6 or a 7, but it's like that bit that lets me down is kind of significant. Apart from that, literally the only, like I've reread some Lost Light just for the sake of it. I have been catching up on the Flash War event in DC.
Oh, okay. How's that gone?
Not too bad at all, to be completely honest. So anyone who doesn't know, Flash War is basically who is better, Wally West or Barry Allen?
Barry.
Fuck off.
I knew you'd love that answer.
Triggered. So yeah, it's the guy is a huge. The guy writing it, Joshua Williamson, I think his name is. He's one of those writers who, when he says he was a fan of a franchise, I actually believe him. And he's like, oh yeah, like I brought in this villain who hasn't been used in years because it's like, oh my god, do you remember this one comic that no one read in the 90s? Oh, it was so good. I want to write this guy. So Flash War has been set up for the last 6 months or so. So I've been reading issues. Like there was an annual and there was a couple of setup issues involving Grodd, and now it's kicked off and it's got Hunter Zolomon as the main villain, which is awesome because it's Zoom and I love Zoom, and it's basically a very good way of having Barry and Wally come to blows. Because you couldn't make them fight. You can't have them just suddenly do the like heroes fighting each other thing. It doesn't work with those two.
It's not Kamen Rider.
No. This is not Kamen Rider. This is not Justice League versus someone. This is not Civil War 30, Civil War 15.2. Like, you can't do that with Barry and Wally. You have to have an actual reason. They have to have a reason. And it's very deep in the lore. So I don't know how this is going to end. It could end very happy or very negatively, but it's mostly touching on like pre-reboot stuff. So like the Zoom is normal Zoom, like there's no New 52 Zoom, there's just Zoom. They're bringing in a team of future cops that was introduced in the 2010 Barry Allen series. and it's like the same guys, and it's really weird. But no, it's a fun read. If you're into the Flash stories, it's a good one. Hopefully they don't fuck it up at the end.
Do you think they will?
It's possible because you're dealing with a big plot point, and it's one that I don't. If you mishandle it, it could be very messy. But so far, it's been good. So yeah, I've been enjoying that. Apparently, DC's getting for a soft reboot for some titles soon, so I'm just sitting back waiting for them to see. Okay, you've been doing well so far, but you know, we all know.
I wait for the fiery explosion.
Yeah, we wait for the moment someone goes like, "We need to bump up sales." But yeah, that was my week. Like very, very little going on this week. What about you, Andy?
What have I been up to? Just the usual stuff for the most part. Poop casting. Did a load of Space Marine and have sent that to Griff to put on the Fluff and Hammer as I'm their games man now. Do games stuff for them Warhammer based. So I know. So that's been fun. In connection to that, I got Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr, which is a fairly new game. It's very similar. The gameplay is that of Diablo. So, that kind of third-person perspective or isometric perspective going around getting loot and all that kind of jazz, but in the 40,000 universe. So that's quite fun. Just getting the grips of it. Have recorded a little bit, but not a huge amount. I was spending a lot of time just learning how the game worked. Because there are a lot of mechanics in the game. Like from crafting to things called tarot cards to all of your skills to how you level up all your points and all that jazz. So there's a lot to wrap my head around. So I didn't want to just go in completely blind and just be sitting there during the recording just going, and this does this, and what does that do? That's this? Alright, what's that do? Because I was like, this is either going to give me extra work or just be a boring ass video. So I've been doing a lot of that. I watched some stuff this week. I also watched Darling in the Franxx. I felt it wasn't as, oh god, really, like last episode was, where they pulled it right out of their ass and just went, here's a thing. And I went, okay, it makes no sense. This one had a bit more, but it didn't get me back on track. I think I think it's lost my investment after that. After episode 20, I'm gonna keep watching it to the end. I actually thought if it had a season 2, episode 21 would have been a decent place for it to end.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been a good season 1 finale, because it leaves off in a good, like, oh shit, what's going on with everything? But we know that's not the case, so knowing that they've got, 3 episodes to wrap everything up? Is that right?
I think so. Maybe, no, 4.
I thought it had 24 episodes. It's got 25 then?
No, you're right.
Yeah, 3 episodes does not instill me with confidence that they're going to be able to have a satisfying end without them rushing everything. And I feel that since they did a few episodes which you could have probably easily cut from the series, that if you're rushing the end, you've mismanaged your show.
Or did, maybe not do 2 specials that are just you talking about your show.
See, I feel that those specials weren't included in the run of the anime because they're not part of the numbered system. It almost felt like a way to give themselves more time to finish, animating episodes more than anything else. Because they're not included in the numbers, so I don't mind those specials because they're not part of the show. Effectively, they're just like, hey, here's something. Give us a few more weeks or something shit. I also watched Egretzko, the Netflix series.
The Red Panda thing.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. That's pretty good. I enjoyed that. Little 15-minute episodes, basically, of little cute panda, red panda, learning to live in the harsh world of office work in Japan, and all of the things that go along with that, with the office gossip, the bosses putting extra work on you, keeping to schedules, and the only way to release that is to, go to a karaoke bar and shout death metal. Which is her thing, which is quite nice. I've heard some people say, why doesn't she just tell her bosses to fuck off? And it's like, it's Japan. Yeah, it's Japan. That doesn't.
Also, very few people really tell their bosses to fuck off.
Yeah, you're not going to say, like, I can see people saying, don't give me your work, like, but you wouldn't do that in Japan. Japan's very, very much like it's the team. You work for the team. So if someone tells you to do something, you do it because it's part of the team. And what is it like? Office work deaths is a big thing in Japan. There's like a specific Japanese word for killing yourself from doing overtime.
Yep.
So this is, it makes sense why Agretsuko or Retsuko doesn't do that. Also, Feneko, best girl. Feneko is great. When the reason I like Feneko is Feneko has an amazing "fuck you" laugh. Something goes slightly wrong, she just looks at them and goes ha 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 ha, and you're like, "Fuck off, Feneko, you goddamn bitch." Have you seen the Netflix series, Mikey?
I haven't seen the Netflix one. I've seen the short form one.
Okay, because there's like 200 episodes of those ones, right?
Yeah, I've only seen like 20.
Okay. I might, because I enjoy this, I might go back. But I'd like to see a season 2 for this because I liked how it had a story flow.
I'm told that the Netflix series basically takes a lot of plots from the web series.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I think there's no point going back, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think you've pretty much seen what the franchise has to offer.
Ah, fair enough. Well, then I still hope they do season 2.
Yep.
Because it's a fun little show. Protein, Mikey. Protein. Yoga instructor who does nothing but says protein and does push-ups.
Yep.
Protein. And yet
That's
has
not yoga.
visions of the future. He knows things. So it's a really fun little series.
Doesn't she do that with like a hippo and a gorilla?
Yeah, they're her senpais in the company. One's the secretary to the main boss, who is who's the stereotypical. I'm gonna say things in a nice way, and if you don't do them, I will fucking kill you. You don't think sexually harassing people in the company is a good idea, do you, boss? I mean, I guess he's doing it because you don't think it would be bad if the news heard it, do you, boss? Well, no, I guess not. Oh, Jesus, you're so scary. Yeah, I like them. They have this like really cool like walk animation that they do where it's like, yeah, we're powerful women. Then they go around the corner and no one can see them and they're like, oh god, I hate walking like this. It hurts my back so much. And then it's just like, be strong. It's fun. It's a good little anime. A lot of heart to it. What else have I watched? Anything else of real significance? No, not yet. Anyway, apart from Jurassic Park, which is still great. But I don't need to tell you that. Here's a question, Mikey. Did you watch E3?
I watched bits of E3.
Was there anything that took your fancy, that tickled your proverbial pickle?
There was a couple at the EA one that I liked, but it was more the left field kind of independent stuff.
Really? Things from EA took your interest? I am
again,
actually surprised.
It's the stuff where it's just like we put a label on here because we needed someone to license our material.
Oh, okay.
So we could sell it to a larger audience.
That makes more sense.
Not like none of their actual games. No.
Yeah, because all of their actual games look like everything you've seen from EA before.
Yeah, but you'll be paying extra.
Yeah.
Like the Square Enix one was a bit disappointing. Like, I was very surprised. Like, Kingdom Hearts is kind of the big one from them this year.
It's a shame I don't give a shit about Kingdom Hearts.
I never did. Ever. I played it for like 2 hours. I got bored.
I got up to, where was it? I think I got, the first game I got up to Tarzan's area. And then I was just like, I don't know what's happening. And I don't think, like, unless you're deep into the games, if you're just a casual fan, you don't know what the fuck's happening in that story. There's such Hideo Kojima levels of fucking nonsense in that game.
Yeah. Did they explain that weird Hideo Kojima game?
Oh, Death Stranding.
Well?
Did you see the trailer for that?
Yes, what?
I hate Hideo Kojima. Not as a person. Not as a person. I've heard he's meant to be a really nice game, but he is the most, like, modern art.
Yeah.
I hate modern art because it's fucking stupid.
It's not art.
No, most of the time it's not art. He's a bunch of barrels with caution tape around it. That's not art, but apparently it is because he gives it a meaning. I kind of feel the same way about Hideo Kojima, at least his work. He's got this really arty way of at least doing trailers and storytelling, which I don't think is an effective way of doing storytelling. Like, his last game that I enjoyed fully was Snake Eater, and that got a little bit fruity, but you could still follow what the fuck was going on. Then you get Metal Gear Solid 4, and all the PSP games, and then the last Metal Gear game, and it's just nonsense. What's that?
I enjoy Rising.
You mean Revengeance?
Revenge.
No, Hideo Kojima didn't have part in that.
I know, but it feels like he did.
No, it feels like he wrote the dialogue for the codex sequences,
Yeah.
and then for the actual game, it felt like he had nothing to do with that.
Nanomachine, son.
Rules of nature. As he picks up a Rex and throws it, or a Ray and throws it.
That was so good.
Yeah.
He slices it in half. Hey, you know what they didn't have in those games?
What's that?
Quiet.
No.
They didn't have quiet, and I think that's probably for the best.
Yeah, I would agree. Quiet was such a
Because-
shit character.
Quiet is hilarious as people try to defend her. And it's just like, no, it's like, oh, it's high sci-fi. No, it's not.
It's not.
Like, here's the thing. I have no problem with games that just want to do TNA.
No, of course.
I really don't. But own it.
Yeah, don't lie about it. Don't pretend that she's a deep, interesting character, because she wasn't.
Admit to yourself that the woman whose entire thing is I'm walking around in a bikini, and here's me showering scene, and isn't it lovely? Oh, she's discovering rain as it trickles down her back.
Yeah, because she used photosynthesis or something. It's like, what a terrible excuse for getting a lady's wabs on display. Like, what?
That should be it. Like, every time the sun is like midday, she just rips off her top. Just like stands directly facing the sun.
Mid conversation with people, it's like, no, my breasts are erect. I must feed on sunlight.
This is non-sexual.
What are you doing?
That is a Mazinger moment.
Yes, yeah, very much so.
But but there was something else I saw. Oh, well, Devil May Cry 5 announced.
What did you think about that? Because you like Devil May Cry. My friend Chris, who also kind of enjoys Devil May Cry, was not impressed with it.
I think a lot of people are just like, oh no, Nero's going to be the main character again, which I'm fine with.
I didn't mind Nero. My
Nero's
issue
fine.
with him was I thought he looked way too much like Dante.
Yeah, he looked old. I'm presuming this is like set future thing, but
Yeah.
I don't.
I
But
did try not to work out the continuity because the world looks nothing like the world that they were in for Devil May Cry 4. Nothing.
apparently, like the story is demons have disappeared,
Okay.
and this is a resurgence.
Oh.
And someone stole his arm.
See, I had assumed that it was cut off in the last game.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I saw one little clip, and you see someone rip his arm off.
Oh dear.
Not cut off, rip.
Well, he didn't need it anyway.
So random girl with glasses and hilarious accent made robot arm.
Yeah, I mean she's the merchant, clearly.
Oh god, like I wonder if she's a new love. Did you want to leave him? Like wholly from a convent lady, just like, you know what? I'm not into you. And left.
It almost
That would be
feels
great.
like they want to go for a more realistic approach, like they almost sort of did with DMC. So it's like we can't really have that fucking weird world that they'd set up.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the direction they've gone instead.
And they've confirmed it's going to be 3 playable characters: Nero, Dante, and some new guy who looks nuts. And
Totally
I'm
not
just like,
Virgil.
it's totally not going to be Virgil in disguise.
Totally not
'Cause
Virgil.
Or it's not totally going to be like 5 Virgil DLCs, which is just like, would you like to play the game with Virgil?
Don't worry about it. It's not the same thing at all.
This one guy just like, please, I haven't voice acted in years.
Oh,
I did Time Force and no one ever remembers.
did he do Time Force?
He was Quantum.
Really? Oh God.
Yep.
Really?
Quantum Ranger went on to be Virgil.
Huh. Wow. All right.
He grew up to be Virgil. But to be honest, as long as the writing's better than DMC,
Yeah.
which wouldn't be hard. But I hope it's good. Like a new Devil May Cry game. Of course, I hope it's good. I love that franchise. But
It's fucking ridiculous franchise.
good. As long as it's ridiculous. As long as they don't go like, and now we're going to have grit. Look, mob bosses.
Woo!
Mob bosses everywhere. Oh, look, sex scenes.
Hmm.
Yee.
Mm.
Oh yeah, we needed that. Yeah. Hey, he's got a mop in his head and he's mocking you. He's literally mocking you, the player.
Yeah.
Yay. And then his devil triggers shit because it's just him in a wig.
Yep.
But, yeah. Like, that'll be the thing. Dante's 15th devil trigger form. What will it be?
Who knows?
He's just like, I turn into a horse.
That would be inventive. That'd be different.
No, but, like, that's something. Like, Nero and Dante have fairly different playing styles, so I'd like it if that was kept.
Yeah.
But hey, I've got no problem with robot arm.
No, it looked alright. It looked like you could do some interesting things with it.
Anything grab your eyes, young Andy?
Yes, there was Sekiro. That was one thing from FromSoft, the ninja game.
I didn't see that one.
Yes, it looks fairly interesting. From the sounds of things, there's going to be no character customization or leveling, so it's going to be different from a Dark Souls completely. But it's going to be more focused on a character and story, which sounds quite interesting. There's also a game I can't play because I don't have a PlayStation 4 called Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, the samurai one.
Yep, the one with the Mongols invading. I thought that one looked quite interesting. It sounded quite good. Has some really nice graphics, if that's how it turns out, of course. Which is always the caveat when you're talking about stuff.
Don't believe an E3 trailer, guys.
Yeah, I always take these things with a grain of salt because it's like, well, I don't know.
They're showing their best.
Yeah,
they ain't going to show the realistic if it don't look as good.
Very specific things, but hopefully it'll be good. And there's another samurai game which will be Neo 2.
Right.
So there's at least 3 samurai games, which is kind of weird to think about. It's good because it's way more into my area of, this is interesting, rather than most of the time where it's like, I don't, modern...
Third-person shooter, Andy.
Not only that, but real-life
First-person shooter.
Real-life settings I don't give a shit about. I don't care.
I know it's video games, but no one wants real life.
Nah, some people do.
Oh my god, you can experience what it was like to be in war. Look, you can come away with real PTSD.
Woo!
Oh god, every moment I live is a nightmare. Hey. Well, that's just when you see the microtransactions.
Oh, very good. Very good. What else was there? Resident Evil 2 remake. That looked kind of interesting. Again, probably not. Well, no, it'll probably come to Steam at some point. The other Resis have, so
yeah.
That could be interesting because I like 2. I kind of played 1 and 2, and then Code Veronica, and then I think I stopped until way after 4 came out, and people assured me it wasn't poo.
4 was good.
4 was good. 4 was a lot.
Haven't
of fun.
played 5, which I hear bad.
I think 5.
6, that's bad.
6 is really bad. 5 is bland, but is a really fun experience with the second person. That's how I would describe 5. 6, I just hated touching that game. It gave me nothing but sadness on my hands. What else? What was there anything else?
Well, 7's good.
Oh yeah, well that's a very different game. Was there anything else from E3 that I like the look of? Those were the main ones from what I recall off the top of my head. There might have been a few others, but they're just slided out my brainstem at the moment. But there was actually a lot more there than I thought there was ever gonna be, to be honest. Because most of the time, E3 is just who fucking cares?
And do you know what? One of the big problems with E3 is that if you're not tracking everything, trying to find the stuff you care about.
Yeah, that can be difficult.
Trying to track everything down.
Yeah, that can be a challenge at the very least. I think that's it then, Mr. Mikey. We can probably wrap up the show for this week, I think, then, sir. Unless you've got else fun to talk about.
No, like I said, quiet week.
Yeah, same. Well then, thank you everybody for listening or watching if you're on YouTube. Where can people find you on the internet, Mikey, if you want them to?
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Paleo, on YouTube as U4V3. You can contact us on Twitter at the Moonbase2. You can email us at themoonbase2 at gmail.com. I get tired of saying that. Too many the Moonbases.
It's true.
Yeah, and I'm touching
what?
Myself.
Whoa.
Whoa. Listen, I got nothing. Andy, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr, CCTFW. You can find me on YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums. We're on Twitter, we're on iTunes, we're on Facebook, we're on Libsyn. We're on most of those fancy RSS feeds for the most part. If we're not, let us know, and I'll see if I can get us onto those RSS feeds. You can also head over to ccbunker.weebly.com and find all of my nonsense and woo-woo. And if you want to support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/moonbase2. If you do $2 each month, you get the extended version of From the Files of Teletron 2, and it's a week early. You get interviews a week early that we do. And you also get the Moonbase Woo-Woo Show, where we talk about weird and other stuff that we wouldn't usually talk about.
Yes, we need to pin down someone for that.
We do! Pin him down, make him squeal.
oh well, he's only in a small local area. He would be easy to find.
Exactly. You could find him just by calling his name.
No.
Well, until next week, everybody, we will catch you later, peeps.
Take care, kids.
Bye-bye.